So hello then guys, welcome to a new FM24 video on the channel. Now we are doing something a little bit different. I came across this on Twitter the other day and it is a FM challenge, bottom at Christmas. Let me just pull up the Discord and show you what this is all about. So we are going to be starting off with Burnley. I'll show you the predicament in the moment. As you can probably guess, we are bottom on Christmas Day. And the idea is to try and get Burnley to stay up, possibly relegating Sheffield United in the process, which I won't enjoy doing. Half a season at the challenge last, we must not manage any other teams or use any editor or scouting software, which we will not. That's the save file. You can do this as well. It's in the FM Library Discord. By all means, search him out on Twitter. It's definitely a decent Discord. Get yourself on it. And this is the scoring chart. If we can manage to not get relegated, we will score 2 points if we finish 16th and 17th. And that is the points that we will score for all the different positions in which we can possibly finish. There are points as well for the Carabao Cup and FA Cup. We'll top this all up as we go along. And obviously beating any of the rivals as well, either Blackburn, Bolton, Preston or Blackpool. Each win is awarded 5 points. And of course there is some individual awards as well. If we get sight, we will get the game over and minus 25 points. So that brings you up to date with everything in terms of the rules. We have to start, of course, with no coaching badges and a Sunday League footballer experience. We already have started making some signings in terms of our staff members, and the first one we wanted to get in, we needed assistant manager. We have brought in James Beattie as our assistant manager. Contract negotiations are ongoing, but I'm confident we're going to get James Beattie in. Our first game of the season is going to be against Luton at home, so a good chance to get off to a decent start. And this is the predicament we find ourselves in. We are bottom of the league on 3 points. Just 3 points. Sheffield United the next closest on 11 and Luton Town on 16. Luton Town level on points with West Ham and Nottingham Forest. I would like to relegate Nottingham Forest if I could. Manchester City are 6 points clear at the top with a game in hand. But I'm now going to have a look through this squad, get the first team together, and we are going to play the first game on this YouTube video. And then I'm going to fast forward. We'll possibly show you a couple other games as well and see how we did on this challenge. I would expect a couple of costume changes. I'm going to play this out over a few days and see if we can manage to stop up with Burnley. Right then guys, so we've had 24 hours at the club. We're starting to get his feet under the table a little bit, and let's just bring you up to date on a few little things. Dynamics wise, we've just had a club meeting, we've just introduced ourselves to the squad, and to be fair, the managerial support's not great, but the club atmosphere has just got a little bit better. Team cohesion, we are still blending. Must be said, we've got 2 unhappy players at the club. Dara O'Shea and Nathan Redmond both are in the squad for this first game against Luton. I'm intrigued what Nathan Redmond can bring us. He is a player who likes big matches. We have got a bloody few of them coming up in the next few games, but this is the team that I have decided to go for this first game of the season against Luton, or first game of our tenure, sorry, of the season. And we are going to be playing a 4-3-3. It's going to be Murich in goal, a back four of Roberts, Bayer, O'Shea and Taylor. I'm excited about these 2 wing backs. I'm expecting that they can do very well. We're just going to tell them to cross a little bit more often as well, as I want to see these guys doing very well. Jack Cork is going to be the defensive midfielder, holding position, just shielding this back four. Brownhill is the man who's going to be the box-to-box midfielder, and Sanderberg is a player that I really, really like. I'm a Sheffield United fan. I've seen Sanderberg. He doesn't play in the position, or didn't play in the position for us, what he's been playing for Burnley this season. He's been told to dribble more and take more passing risks. Once he starts dribbling, he's very hard to stop. Manuel Benson is going to be on the right-hand side, possibly one of the most impressive players I saw at Bramall Lane last season, and he's been told to cut inside with the ball. He's a nightmare to defend against. Colasheo is on the left-hand side, playing as a more natural winger, and Obafemi is the pressing forward. My God, would I have liked Wout Weghorst to be here today, because he is my type of centre-forward. Apart from that, the bench is what it is. Trafford, Cullen, Lyle Foster, probably the ones of note. Jay Rodriguez not managing to get on the bench today. We have got, I believe, Nathan Redmond is going to be on the bench, and I'm going to stick him on the bench there. So Nathan Redmond could come on, but this is it. First game of our tenure at Turf Moor. I rather wish it was Sheffield United that were bottom at Christmas in terms of things, because I would have had much more inside knowledge than what I've got at the moment. Point the finger, I expect us to win this game, and I actually do, to be fair. I've had a lot of time to get myself ready. We will always play to win the game. And I'm happy with the preparation. I certainly am. This is a big first game against Luton. Can we get off to a winning start? I certainly hope for. Let's just make sure we've got everything on what we want. We will have it on key highlights. We will have replay events, goals, disallowed goals, missed penalties. That's all fine. Tight offsides. We've got VAR, of course, behind the goal. And that is pretty much everything. So we've got everything up to full speed now. Let's see what we can do in this first game of the season. They're playing a three at the back. They've got two. Nakamba and Sambi Lokonga are the two defensive midfielders. Barkley on the left. Brown and Ogbene make up the front three. But we look like we've had a positive start here. Josh Brownhill on a 7.0. My main concern is striking options. We haven't got lots of them as we look to win the ball back here. But Brown will play it into Doherty for Luton Town. Defending to be done here. Sambi Lokonga goes into Nakamba. We have been the team in possession so far as Giles gets the cross in. And it's going to fall to Ogbene, who goes back to Doherty. And we are 1-0 down. Alfie Doherty scores the goal. And that is a very disappointing start. We have been possibly the better side so far. It goes into Giles. Giles does well to keep it in. It's bouncing around. Jack Court gets his headed to it, but Ogbene knocks it down, and Muric can't get there. 26 minutes gone. It's Burnley 0, Luton 1. We do have a free kick wide on the right-hand side. It's knocked in. Sanderberg nods it down, and Dara O'Shea, the man who is unhappy at this moment in time, gets the goal. It's a good equaliser from a set-piece from us. Sanderberg, the man nodding it down. Unusually, he's not the best in the air to say that he's size, but he got the nod down, and there was Dara O'Shea. He's on a yellow card, bless him, but that is a decent goal, and a very important goal as well. Brings us right back into this, but Luton now have the ball at the back. It goes into Giles. They are getting space down our sides. Barkley runs into the box. He skips past the challenge, but Muric does very well to make the save. It was straight at him, to be fair. We have got to watch these wing-backs. Benson and Koleosho possibly not getting back as much as I'd like them to, as Obafene goes into Sanderberg, who plays the ball across. Koleosho's at the back stick. He's going to bring this down. Tom Lockyer is going to face him up. He's got Charlie Taylor behind him. It's back in to Koleosho, and there's Obafene. Can't quite get the shot on goal, but at half-time it is 1-1, and we are happy with that performance, boys. Obafeme is the man I'm looking at, not quite doing it for me at the moment. I'm probably going to give him another 10-15 minutes, and then we will be bringing him off. I've considered going with a strikerless formation, in fairness, which may be something we do. We've got Manchester City up next, so we'll focus on that after this game as we go in towards Josh Brownhill. But Luton defend it well and now look to break, and there is space for Ogbene. It's played into Brown, and that is over the bar. Muric actually got a touch on that, to be fair. So well done to Muric. As Ross Barkley will take this corner for Burnley. It's whipped in right-footed. It's headed away well by us, and we follow it up. Charlie Taylor does very well. But Barkley will pick it up again in to Marvellous Nakamba. Defending to be done. Obafeme possibly be more effective in our half than theirs at this moment in time. 53 minutes gone. And that will see that. But we are going to be coming up to making some changes very shortly. We get to 60 minutes, and this is the time to make it. Lyle Foster is a man who hasn't scored yet this season. He's not a very capable centre-forward, is Lyle Foster. I have got a feeling that we should go strikerless. And the idea behind that would be to possibly shift. I mean, I could shift Sanderberg there, Josh Brownhill. Maybe. We've got Mike Trezo. He can play there as an advanced playmaker. I'm going to give Nathan Redmond a chance to come on and play as the shadow striker. This is a bit bold, but Nathan Redmond can score goals, and I'm hoping he's going to do it here. We are going to go strikerless, and that probably shows how much faith I've got in the strikers at the club at this moment in time, but I'm hoping we're going to get a chance just to cause Luton a few problems. They've got 3 players not marking anybody now, and I'm hoping that we're going to get a chance. We've got 77 minutes on the clock. We're going to make a couple of changes on the wings now. We are going to bring on, I think it makes sense to bring on Vitinho. He can play at right wing, possibly. Or we will try, I think we've got to bring this kid on, haven't we? We will bring Mike Trezor on at left wing. And I think it's going to have to be Bryn Larson is going to come on the right-hand side as well. So we're going to bring on 2 new wingers. We are going to go positive and hopefully get one last chance in this game. We've had 7 shots, 4 of which have been on target, not creating too much now as we tick towards the end of the game. We're going to give him a little bit of encouragement, and we do have a throw-in on the left-hand side. Charlie Taylor plays it down the left to Trezor. It's passed into Brownhill. That looked like a pull, and there is going to be a penalty here, surely. And just before this, who have we got taking penalties? Let's have a little look. I would suggest Sanderberg is the man to take this penalty. Sanderberg has got to be the man. We're going to take Trezor off it. Sanderberg is composed. And I am hoping that we are going to get a penalty here. And we have. We have a penalty. And it is going to be Sanderberg in the 92nd minute to take the spot kick for Burnley. It's almost like I know what I'm doing. Sanderberg gets his first goal of the season at Turf Moor. It's Burnley 2, Luton 1, and what a good start to the challenge this could possibly be. He strikes it right-footed, keeper no chance, and as we tick into the 94th minute, there is one more highlight. Roberts is down the right-hand side. It's crossed in towards Brownhill, back into Sanderberg. He may fancy the strike. Kaminski gets a touch on it. But that should be that, as we have got another corner now. Trezor to take this. It's going to be whipped in right-footed, but take all the time you want about it, pal, because if we can take us time now and see this out, this is a huge, huge start to the episode. And it is, because we win our first game in charge of Burnley. That midfield three did exceptionally well, and we will praise them very, very well as well, because that is a decent start to life at Burnley. We're on to 6 points. Nottingham Forest drop into the relegation zone. Now, what we're going to do now is, on this episode, we are going to get our way through January. We'll probably come back for the Sheffield United game at the end of January. We've then got Luton again, so possibly 2 more games there. And then we'll come back somewhere in April as well. So that's how we're going to split this episode up. I'm going to do it all in one episode, so it's going to be a long one. I'll be back at the end of January. And at the end of January, we are back, and it's been quite a positive move so far. Let's have a little look how the schedule has gone since you joined us. We beat Luton, we got pasted by Manchester City, then we lost heavily to Newcastle United, and then got knocked out of the Carabao Cup by Manchester City. At that point, things were looking difficult, but then we started to turn it around. We had a little change of system, and it worked wonders. We beat Bolton, our local rivals, 2-0 in the FA Cup, as you would expect. We then went away to Bournemouth and got a 1-0 win. Zeki Amdouni was playing up front and managed to get the only goal of the game. We then lost 1-0 away at Leicester. I've just had to play that game. We had to play a much changed side, but it was all leading up to this. Sheffield United and Luton at home. If we just have a quick look at the competitions and how things are shaping up, we are still bottom. We're on 9 points. Sheffield United on 18, West Ham on 18, and Luton Town on 17. We could do with a couple of wins to really get ourselves back into it here. If we just have a look at the transfers, we have made a couple of transfers. A couple of transfers have gone out. If I just show you those, Vitinho has left. He's gone to Corinthians, and Enoch Aguirre has gone to Blackpool on loan. So just getting rid of a couple of them. But we have made 2 signings which I think could be pivotal. We haven't had a centre forward, let alone a big centre forward, and this is the man I've chosen. Kiefer Moore has come in on loan from Bournemouth. Obviously 6'5", he's a big old unit. I needed something a little bit different. This man gives me that, and I'm very excited to have him. He's starting this game against Sheffield United. And the other man is Igor, centre-half, another problem area, left-footed centre-half, Brazilian. He's coming on loan from Brighton, so I'm very happy with those 2 signings, and there's nothing else to do but get stuck into this. We do host 17th place Sheffield United. Is Paul Heckingbottom still in charge? No, Javier Aguirre is in charge, so they've got rid of Paul Heckingbottom. I can't say I'm behind that decision. but this is the team that will start against Sheffield United. It's Muric in goal, a back four of Roberts, Bayer, O'Shea and Taylor, Cork, Berg and Brownhill, Hard the midfield three, Sanderberg up against his old club, Benson playing on the right, Koleosho on the left, and Kiefer Moore starts as the centre forward. We're very happy with this signing. We are going for a higher, more attacking way of playing now, shorter passing. Dropping these to fullback seems to have shored us up a little bit at the back, but that is your team for this massive game against Sheffield United. Everybody seems pretty happy. It must be said Nathan Redmond's very not happy with me. The Sheffield United team is Fodringham in goal, a back three of Ackman, Hodzic, Egan and Robinson, Baldock and Thomas the wing backs with Norwood, Hamer, and I'm guessing Traore and Patrick Bamford. Wow, playing for Sheffield United. I must admit, if Sheffield United had been bottom at Christmas, Patrick Bamford wouldn't have been the man what I was hoping to get in. But this is it. We're not going for the tunnel interview. We're going to get stuck straight into it. And Sheffield United in the yellow away strip. We are at home, and this is a huge, huge game at the bottom of the Premier League. Can we get a win here? But it is Baldock on the right-hand side taking this throw in. Hamer goes back into Ackman Hodzic. Now Benny Traore. O'Shea tackles McBurney, who loses possession. It's nice that that's happening against me for a change. Koleosho goes into Sanderberg, takes a touch, plays it into Jack Cork, into Manuel Benson. And he loses possession. Ollie Norwood getting a good footing there. Benson, when he played at Sheffield United in real life last season, caused a lot of problems as Ollie McBurney shifts it onto his right foot and it's just past the post. Positive start for Sheffield United. We've had a shot on target as well. It's going to be very, very even here. As you can see on the tablet, Bamford's playing off the left with Traore on the right and McBurney up front. Hamer and Norwood, the two holding midfielders for this Sheffield United side. Nottingham Forest have just gone 1-0 up, but Norwood puts the ball in and Ackman Hodzic heads it towards goal. We do just about manage to get it away, and Muric will see it wide, but another chance for Sheffield United. They're looking like they've had the better chances so far. It's not over the line, as says goal line technology, as West Ham equalise away at Nottingham Forest. We've yet to have a big highlight at this moment in time. Kiefer Moore doing all right on his debut. The two wingers struggling to get into the game a little bit. It must be said, Jack Robinson's looking very pleased with himself for Sheffield United as we come to half-time. 0-0. We owe Sheffield United. We'll go for that. Koleosho not delivering at this moment. I have faith in you, and that has absolutely inspired him. No, it hasn't. It's not inspired him at all. Koleosho, the wingers don't seem to get inspired by me. I feel I'm an inspiring manager, but it's not quite working. But we have got a long throw to deal with, and it's Jack Robinson to launch it into the middle. Muric punches it. It's back to Bamford. Kiefer Moore gets a foot in, and Bamford sends it just wide. Brownhill's having a good game in midfield. Kiefer Moore's up against John Egan. We're thinking we may move this around a little bit here, as Jack Robinson will take this free kick to Sheffield United, plays it into Luke Thomas. We could do a winning the ball and springing, but at the moment this Sheffield United back three is holding up well as McBurney plays it into Bamford. Bamford's in and Muric makes a save. Bamford is not doing the business at this moment in time. We're going to give it another 10 minutes and then we're just going to switch it to positive now. And I think then we are going to start making changes. But Josh Brownhill has a free kick. It's whipped in and it clips the bar. Was that? It clipped the bar and goes over the bar from Josh Brownhill. 70 minutes is the time for us to start looking at some changes. And I think we have got to make some changes on these wings because it's not quite working. Koleosho has not had a good game so far. I'm going to bring on Amdouni. He's going to come on the left-hand side. He's a player that can play there or can play in this role as well. There is an option, I think, here to possibly shift Jack Cork into this position, play him as an advanced playmaker, not Amdouni, and we are going to play Kiefer Moore as a target forward on attack, and then we are going to bring on Anas Zavere along with, I'm tempted, Sanderberg. I'm thinking, no, we're going to bring off Josh Brownhill and bring on Josh Cullen. So Josh for Josh is going to be the substitution. And immediately we do have a throwing on the right-hand side. Amdouni picking it up, goes inside towards Benson, can't pick it up, and Sheffield United will bring it clear. FM24, that's a loose pass, which Charlie Taylor will pick up. Now we've got space to move forward. Xavier gets tackled by George Baldock. It was a firm tackle by the Greek international, but Taylor does win it back well. Now Cullen goes into Sander Berg, edge of the box, goes for the strike. Sander Berg, and if this happens in real life, I will probably cry. But Sander Berg shoots on the edge of the box, left-footed strike. Let's have another look at this, because my word, how big a goal could this be? Sander Berg, Sheffield United should know better. He hit it left-footed. Fodringham can't get there. It's Sheffield United 0, Burnley 1, and suddenly this change of formation looks like it's paying dividends as Amdoune brings it into Cullen. He takes a step past an FM24. Berg again, down the right-hand side, shoots, and this time Fodringham does manage to make the save. But this little change of formation has absolutely changed the game for us. Maybe something we should consider moving forward. Cullen's playing particularly well as well. 85 minutes on the clock. Sheffield United have switched to a more familiar formation for them. Charlie Taylor, it is so weird commentating against your club. As Kiefer Moore plays it into Taylor. Now Xavier takes a touch. Burnley 2, Sheffield United 0. It hurts me somewhat. It does hurt me somewhat. That looked like a goal. And it has been awarded. It's 2-0. And to be fair, that was very, very poor defending. Kiefer Moore knocking it back into Xavier. Xavier did well, took a touch. Fodringham can't get there. And as we tick up towards full time, we got these tactical decisions absolutely spot on. We will pick up our second clean sheet in 2 games in the league as well. That is a big, big performance from this side. I'm very happy with the way you played. On to Luton. And so, guys, we are going to stick with that formation that we finished the last game with, the 4-2-3-1. Benson, Amdoune, Moore and Koleosho, the front 4. Berg and Brownhill, the midfield 2. Taylor, O'Shea, Bayer and Roberts. I can't get Igor in the team at the minute. We've kept 2 clean sheets. I can't change a winning side. So, if we could possibly get a win here at Luton, that'll take us on to 15 points. We are going to be well in the mix for getting out of this mess. It must be said. Luton line up. They've lost the last 4 games. Brownhill, Benny and Barclay. Now, this formation, we've just played against Sheffield United and we were totally dominant when we switched to the 4-2-3-1. So, hopefully, that will work again here. I'm hoping Kiefer Moore can get his first goal for the club. We are going to be a threat from set pieces, as I'm sure Luton are as well. But early doors, it's very, very cagey. Barkley playing off the left-hand side, sorry. But we do look like we're having the better of it in the early part. The first highlight of the game, and we pick up possession in the midfield. O'Shea goes into Josh Brownhill. Josh Brownhill takes a touch, looks to his right-hand side. We've got Benson and Mitchell over there, and it's a good tackle by Sambi, but Connor Roberts goes down the right-hand side, crosses it in. Koleosho's on the back stick, and it's deflected in, and Luca Koleosho, we have struggled to get a tune out of him since we've come to the club, but Koleosho gets a fantastic goal at the back stick. Yes, it took a little bit of a deflection. Sambi got the tackling. Roberts overtook him down the right-hand side, crosses it in. Kiefer Moore takes away 2 defenders. It's disappointing from Neon, but it's not disappointing from Koleosho. Luton 0, Burnley 1. Straight away, we do have another highlight, and Barclay down our side of the pitch, cutting in on his right foot. Barclay shoots, and it's miles over. And we come towards half-time. Luton just have a highlight here. Sambi strikes it. It's against the bar, and Brownhill will clear it away. Funny highlight that. We got it just as he basically hit the free kick, but we are 1-0 up at Luton at half-time. I'm delighted with the performance so far. I've got the option, if we get through the next sort of 15-20 minutes, I've got the option to bring on Jack Cork and go to a 4-3-3. But at the moment, I'm trying to keep these guys occupied as Doherty will knock it long into the box. It's headed towards goal. I expected Murich to deal with that, which he didn't. Goalkeeper is an area which I would have liked to improve on, but we just didn't have the funds to do it. We've had to let a couple of players go out on loan to balance the wage budget a little bit. But yeah, it's an area which I'm not overly convinced with, as Amdoune gets injured. I'm hoping that's not a bad one, but that should prompt us going back to the 4-3-3. Jack Cork can come on in midfield. That suits us quite well, I would suggest. Sanderberg's doing okay in midfield once again. And we can be a little bit more reserved now going to this 4-3-3. Jack Cook can hopefully just marshal Ross Barkley. But 75 minutes on the clock. We do have a corner, which Josh Brownhill will take. It's going to be right-footed here at Kenilworth Road. Into the box. Sanderberg's at the back stick. Doesn't quite get it. Does it the second time of asking. Collie Olshaw strikes. Now O'Shea. And that possibly should and could have been 2-0. 77 minutes on the clock. It may be time for us to just make a couple of changes. We're going to bring on... I think we're going to bring on Xavier on the right-hand side just to come on. He can play as an inverted winger on that side. So that will suit us down to the ground. I'm going to leave Collie Osho on. Kiefer Moore I'm leaving on purely for set pieces. And Dara O'Shea is going to come off, I think. And we're going to bring on our new signing, Igor. Dara O'Shea's on a 6.4. Igor can come on. He's a good quality centre-half, is Igor. I was chuffed how we're able to bring him in. And can he just see it out here as we just put a couple of time-wasting instructions on. Just drop it to cautious. It's all very, very important in terms of game management, this. But as we tick up to 97 minutes... that could be the most important couple of results of the season. And we have played Sheffield United and Luton and beat them both. A very nice victory, boys. Morale is building all the time. And now, as we just click through there, we're on to 15 points now. We are only 4 points off of safety and Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest. I'd love to relegate Nottingham Forest. So I'm now going to play on a little bit further. We'll possibly come back. I'm suggesting maybe around Brentford and Everton. That seems a good place to come back. A couple of winnable games there. And then we'll come back towards the end of the season. So next up will be Brentford. Now it's got to be said, just before we play Brentford, we've not had that bad a time of it, barring the last game. So let's just bring you up to date on the schedule. You saw us beat Luton. We then drew with Crystal Palace. Beat Arsenal away, by the way. What a performance that was at the Emirates. Beating them 2-1. Josh Brownhill and Collie Oshaw getting the goals. We totally dominated at the Emirates. It was possibly one of my best managerial performances, and I'm going to take credit for it. Kiefer Moore then did very well against Fulham. They couldn't handle him. He got the 2 goals in a 2-1 win at Turf Moor. And then we lost to Nottingham Forest. That was a real kick in the teeth, especially for me personally. We drew with Liverpool at home after we went behind to Luis Diaz, but we managed to pull it back and get a 1-1 draw. And then we lost 8-0 to West Ham away. And as you can see on the right-hand side, we got Darko Chulinov sent off after 5 minutes. I tried to defend as much as I could, and we just fell to pieces. That has prompted a bit of dressing room mutiny, which meant that James Rodriguez had his contract terminated because he started having a bit of a pop. And I felt after that little run of results that that's a little bit unfair. Because if we have a look at the league table, I've practically brought us back from the dead. We're now 2 points behind Sheffield United. We're still in the relegation zone, but we're nearly out of it, and we can get out of it even today. And Jay Rodriguez says, oh, you've lost the support of the dressing room because of one bad result. Come on, Jay. Let's be a bit more realistic. But anyway, all that being said, let's get into this Brentford game because this is a huge game for us. Sheffield United are playing at home to Tottenham. Who else around us? We've got Nottingham Forest. They're possibly playing tomorrow. Bournemouth, are they playing today? No. So just us playing today in the bottom. We're pretty happy with his team selection, and this is the team that we're going with. We feel this is the best team we've got. So it's Muric, Roberts, Bayer, Igor and Taylor. Cork, Berg and Brownhill the midfield three, with Benson, Collie Oshaw and Kiefer Moore as the target man. It should be target man. He's not being a target man, but there we go. So Kiefer Moore playing up front. And hopefully we can get another decent win here because I think we're very much in the fight. I'm recording this a few days later after the 8-0. I've obviously been busy with work and things, but I decided to not really bother. After that, we have had a bit of a break. We've drowned our sorrows, and as I'm recording this, it's Saturday morning. And I'm hoping that we can get back to winning ways here because then we've got Everton away next. That's a very winnable game. And then as we tick towards the end of the season, we have got options, but we know Brentford are a good side as Wissa goes into Jensen and Kiefer Moore gets a good foot in there. It's back into Wissa who strikes it, and that is the worst possible start. Johan Wissa gets the goal. It's a good curling effort into the top right-hand corner. Let's just have a little look at this again. I mean, Kiefer Moore did very, very well to get this tackle in. And then we're looking at who's helping him out. Wissa comes in and he bends it into that top right-hand corner. We have not been conceding a lot of goals, but we are at this moment in time. Maybe the confidence is shot It looks like Josh Brownhill's picked up a knock as well. So we've got a couple of little issues sneaking in here even. As Brentford play into the box again with Mbuemo. Mbuemo strikes it, and this time Muric does get a good hand on it. Igor is on a 6.5. He's already been booked early doors, and Brentford look like they're in total control at this moment in time. As we're ticking up towards 25 minutes, we are yet to register a shot on target as Sheffield United take the lead against Tottenham at Bramall Lane through Patrick Bamford. I still can't believe that's a thing. But yeah, 3 shots on we've just had his first shot, which is good. Hopefully, as we tick up towards half-time, we're going to get a highlight, maybe come back into it. We've obviously had a shaky start, but as we tick up to 48 minutes, that has not been the best half at all. Let's have a look. Show me something else in the second half. Koleosho's switching off. Maybe we are starting to lose the dressing room somewhat. We're just going to switch this to positive a little bit. I have got the substitution to take off Jack Cork and bring on Andune in the attacking midfield role, and I think we're actually going to make that change now. I'm going to bring on Andune, which is what I want to do. Play him as a advanced playmaker on attack. He should hopefully just run off Kiefer Moore, give him a little bit of help up there. But at the moment, this 4-3-3 of Brentford seems to be totally dominating us. We do have a corner though, 64 minutes on the clock. Brownhill crosses it in. Roberts at the back stick. It's headed away well by Ajer, but Koleosho will pick it up. Can he get the ball back into the box? He certainly can. And there is Amdoune. And that is a decent substitution. CJ Rodriguez, I do know what I'm doing a little bit. Amdoune gets the goal. It's a lovely bit of work from Koleosho on that side. Very impressive work. Gets a good ball across. I think Moore and Amdoune were in the middle, but let's just have a look. Koleosho right-footed across. Keeper doesn't get there. Amdoune does. Brentford 1, Burnley 1. And Manuel Benson is having an absolute mess. I think we're going to make that substitution. They're all nervous, aren't they? Nathan Redmond has done nothing for us. Let's just have a look. Zaore. He's a right footer. He'd probably prefer to play on left, I would suggest. But Nathan Redmond he's not fit either, is he? We're going to go with Xavier, I think. It makes sense to bring him on. Let's put him on. Try and score as the winning goal. He's still nervous. He's even more nervous now. But we do have a throw-in on the left-hand side. We're going to Kiefer Moore now. Josh Brownhill plays it back to Igor. I like this Igor. It's into Roberts. He might fancy a strike. He does, but it comes to Sander Berg. Driving into the Brentford defence. And it's a good save by Flecken, but Sander Berg doing his utmost to get us that goal. 70 minutes gone. We've come right back into it since we've switched to this formation. It's making me think, do we go with this formation at Everton in the next game? But at the moment, we could do with trying to find a winner. I'm just having a look to see if we've got an option of possibly making another couple of changes. Maybe getting somebody a little bit different on the pitch just to improve us attacking. I think Josh Brownhill possibly could come off for Cullen. That might be a decent substitution. The other one I'm looking at is Kiefer Moore, but we know we are shot for strikers. And I think we're just going to have to go with that at this moment in time. I could switch Anduni up front, but no, that'll work for us. We'll go for that. If we can't win it, don't lose it, of course. Or we're going to manage to get one last highlight and one last goal. We are going to get one last highlight. And it's going to be Charlie Taylor into Cullen, back to Taylor. This is it now. It's do or die, boys, as Taylor plays it down the line for Koleosho. He's had a very good game so far. It's back to Taylor. Can he get a pass? Kiefer Moore is there. Oh, and that's your chance, Kiefer. He's been so good since we signed him. But now Brentford have a highlight, and this would be heartbreakers. Janel has it on in our box. Is he going to strike it? He certainly is. It's hit the bar. Muric was nowhere near it, and that is going to be 1-1. It's another point picked up. Maybe we have to look at this 4-2-3-1, but going away from home, we've got to be a little bit more reserved. I think being unlucky. Certain players are inspired by me, certain ones aren't. But let's now go to Everton. And Everton had a game against Liverpool, which they drew 1-1 just a couple of days ago. So they're going to be quite tired. We've had a bit more of a break. And this is the team. Now, you'll notice we haven't got Muric in goal. He's got a tight hamstring. I'm not risking him. So it is Lawrence Vigouroux who gets the nod over James Trafford. This guy's match fit. He's got good kicking. He's 6'3". I'm going to give him his chance. Roberts, Bayer, Igor and Taylor, the back four. It's pretty much as you were. Koleosho, Benson and Moore. You know the team by now. Let's get straight into this, because it could be a massive game as well. I'm hoping they've put all their efforts into that Liverpool game and then we can possibly set the tempo here. Danjuma, Jesse Lingard at Everton. That wouldn't strike me as a Sean Dyche type of signing, but obviously where we've motivated everybody as well. That's it. We're getting there on the team talks. We are getting there, but that's the team. It's a 4-2-3-1. Danjuma, Harrison, Lingard and Calvert-Lewin at the front four. Dangerous front four. We've started with the 4-3-3. Sheffield United. I don't know if that's lost 2-1. Sheffield United are not having a good time with it. Neither are Forest. If we could get a win, we only need a couple of wins, I reckon. And we're going to be pretty much out of this. It's going to go down to the wire. It's been an exciting challenge so far. We've got ourselves into it. And here is a highlight. It's Roberts on the right-hand side into Manuel Benson. We try and play it into Kiefer Moore. That's an important header. And Jordan Bayer makes that header. It's into Sanderberg. Now Jack Cork takes a couple of touches. Jack Cork has been my real steady Eddie in midfield as Ego goes into Koleosho. I'm hoping Charlie Taylor's going to make a run, which he is. He's got the ball. He crosses it in. It's past Kiefer Moore, but it is not past Michael Benson. It's Everton 0, Burnley 1. Look at those away fans jumping for joy. And that is a big, big goal. And we have looked very decent in these early stages. It's a nice little underlap, really, from Charlie Taylor. He gets the ball across. Kiefer Moore goes for it and misses it, but Manuel Benson is there. Pickford out of position. Everton 0, Burnley 1, but they straight away have a highlight back. It's Calvert-Lewin into Arias. Don't all close him down at once, boys. And Josh Brownhill should know better. It's going to be a penalty. I'm sick of VAR. I don't like it in real life, but I'm not liking it on here. That's a penalty. We've clattered Calvert-Lewin. I think that might be a little bit over the top. But it is going to be Dominic Calvert-Lewin to strike it. Vigoro can't get there. Goes the wrong way. And we are pegged back immediately. 10th goal of the season for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. And that is a very, very disappointing bit of play, that from Josh Brownhill. Should know better. Everton 1, Burnley 1. But there is a free kick. Josh Brownhill, can he make up for his error here? Steps up. I haven't seen him strike one of these right yet so far. But Josh Brownhill has the chance to get us back in front in this game. There's a pass on to Benson if he fancies it, which he doesn't. He's hit the bar. He's going to have a second go. And that will be a conversion rather than a goal. Josh Brownhill's doing his utmost. Sanderberg looks like he's took a knock. It's a tight calf. And I can't really afford to take any risk with Sanderberg. He's been one of my better players. Probably because I know how to use him in this midfield. So he's going to be coming off very shortly. I think we'll get it to half time and then make that change as Vigoro picks this up at the back, sprays it to Taylor down the left hand side. We then go into Koleosho, back to Taylor. This is building nicely as he comes inside into Jack Cork. There's a pass out to Roberts, and Roberts can move forward here, and so can Manuel Benson onto his left foot. Back to Sanderberg with patience in possession. Jack Cork, just the anchor in midfield, and yes, I did say anchor. Jordan out to Connor Roberts. Now there's a pass over the top for Benson if he fancies it. And there is the pass to Benson. Kiefer Moore's racing into the middle. It's back to Benson, and we can't quite make it count as Josh Brownhill will pick it up again. Back into Jack Cork. It's all Burnley pressure here at bloody hell, Goodison Park is the name I'm thinking of. So at this moment in time, Charlie Taylor does have a throw in. It's into Koleosho. Kiefer Moore takes a touch. That's got to be a goal. And Kiefer Moore scores. It is Everton 1, Burnley 2. And that is a good goal from Kiefer Moore. I thought he'd missed it, in fairness, once we got inside. But Kiefer Moore doing really well. Koleosho again causing all sorts of problems. He took this touch. I thought it were a bit heavy, but maybe the big man just made it look a bit worse than it were. But boy, did he enjoy that. And we are looking like we're going to be leading into half-time. And these guys are struggling for fitness as well. You can see they've possibly not got the squad depth. And after doing the Merseyside derby a couple of days ago, that could be something we could exploit. We are going to have to take off Sanderberg. I don't want to risk a tight calf recovering from a knock. I'd rather him come off. So I think we're going to bring on Josh Cullen to play in midfield, and that will do us as we kick off this second half. And we do have a corner. Brownhill whips it in. It's headed away by El Nene. Back out to Manuel Benson. I thought he might fancy a strike. Brownhill all the way back to Charlie Taylor. It's all Burnley at this moment in time. Cullen down the right-hand side, looking for a pass. Josh Cullen just carries on down the right-hand side, crosses it in. Koleosho's at the back stick, and that is a good save from Jordan Pickford. A very good save. I thought Maybe we wanted Kiefer Moore on that. But Josh Brownhill will have another corner to be whipped in, right-footed, crosses in. There is Jordan Bayer. It's headed away to Dan Zuma. And now we've got defending to do. And Everton have left 2 up. And whoever that is in midfield there, I was not impressed with there because he was hardly running at all. But Josh Brownhill will pick it up, and that's a foul. Who was that? Connor Roberts just stood and let him run off him there, and we were lucky to get away with that. But 60 minutes on the clock, we are still leading. I'll take no more highlights. I don't want any more highlights. I'm pretty happy with how things are going. And if we get a win here, this could be huge. But Everton have got a throw-in. Dan Zuma goes into Garner, back to Dan Zuma. It's a big touch away. Nobody's really closing him down. And Figueroa makes a save. It might be time to start getting defensive. And getting defensive we're going to do. We're going to bring on Cullen. We're going to bring on Messenjo. Just drop Jack Cork. He's not having the best of games. We're just going to go to a little bit of time wasting. And just drop us to cautious. I'm just got to try and see this game out. These guys up front, look at this on the tablet. They are struggling. They've just gone to 2 up top. We should, oh God, we should be able to hold out here as Dan Zuma crosses it in. It's a header away. Roberts doesn't get there. Decouri does. Dan Zuma on the far side of the box. And that is a terrible goal to concede. I am fuming with that. Because we have totally dominated this game, really. And then to give away a goal like that is absolutely unforgivable. I mean, look at this. Is it Kiefer Moore? He goes past. Kiefer Moore tries to get there. Figueroa goes down in instalments. 87 minutes. Now we've got to go attacking. And as we're just going to switch this, who have we got that's still on pitch that started? Josh Brownhill. He's having a good game as well, isn't he, Josh Brownhill? I think we need to make some sort of change here. I'm going to get killed if I send him off. We're going to leave it as it is and hopefully get one last chance. But we really have missed an opportunity here. And that is so disappointing. A draw at Everton is not the worst in terms of if you'd offered it me before the game, but I felt we had a chance there. It hurt, certainly. Let's have a look where that leaves the table. That leaves us level on points with Sheffield United. You sense it's going to be 3 from 4. And I'm now going to carry on and we'll come back a little bit later on. We've now got Tottenham at home, Chelsea away, and then Wolves, Villa, and we end the season at Manchester United. It's not an easy running. Right, guys, we've brought you back for this game. As you can see on the right-hand side, Sheffield United have just played. We are 2 points behind Sheffield United now with a game in hand. We've actually done quite well in the last couple of games, just off camera. You saw the Everton game. We drew both 0-0 draws, one with Tottenham at home. The one at Chelsea away was a really positive result. We've sorted it out defensively. It's attacking where we are struggling. So for this game, I reckon this is a massive chance to get a win here. So we are going to go to the 4-2-3-1 straight away in this game. We are going to stick in... Where is he? I'm doing it. I'm doing he's going to come in. Play as the attacking advanced playmaker on attack. Benson on the right. Koleosho on the left. Kiefer Moore up front as the target forward. Brownhill and Berg. Muric can't play. He's injured. So it is going to be James Trafford who is in goal. We're having to swap these goalkeepers. Muric is by far my favourite. But of course, if he's not fit, he can't play. He's got a damaged elbow. He did very well at Chelsea, but I'm hoping we're going to be a little bit more attacking in this game. Kaladzic is a player I was looking at trying to get in instead of Kiefer Moore. Let's have a look. We all Wolves. That seems to go down particularly well. That team talk with this lot. Always talking about revenge. And to be fair, we lost to everybody at the start of the season before I took over. So it's been a nice, easy free hit to get these guys fired up. But at the moment, we're in it. It must be said we're still in the fight. Win this here. Negotiating Chelsea and Tottenham was a huge benefit. Coming out of that with 2 points I would have took. But Wolves on the attack here. And Wolves are in front. Oh, God. And it's so easy as well, which is the frustrating thing about it. It's just played across goal. The lack of goalkeeping options, or the lack of good goalkeeping options, where Neto pulls it across. Charlie Taylor doesn't get there. Trafford can't get across. And trying to be more attacking and more positive maybe isn't working so far. But as we tick up towards 20 minutes, we do have a corner. And Charlie Taylor's going to whip it in left footer. Kiefer Moore, what a save! Sander Berg gets on it as well. Benson plays it out to Koleosho. He goes back into Igor. We build again, but what a save from the Wolves goalkeeper, David Bentley. Kiefer Moore rose like a salmon, and a bloody big one at that. Nearly got the goal and the equaliser, and now Wolves are going to come forward again. We've got to defend properly, and Koleosho does very, very well to win that back. It's into Jordan Bayer. Now Sander Berg sprays it to the right-hand side, and Manuel Benson on his left foot. He crosses it into Kiefer Moore. It's headed back to the side. Benson gets another go at it. Kiefer Moore can't get there. Koleosho now puts it in, and David Bentley gets his hands on it. We're putting these balls into the box for Kiefer Moore, but it's not quite working at the moment as it's kicked long by Bentley, but Igor will pick it up. This is a highlight that is continuing. It's a little step over from Igor into Sanderberg. It's a lovely ball from Brownhill. Now Benson. Benson plays it into Kiefer Moore. He strikes it. I think that was offside. And we go to VAR. What a benefit this is to the game. We go to VAR, and I'm guessing it's going to be disallowed. It is. We've got to take heart that we carved Wolverhampton open there, but he'd just gone too early. He stepped up, this man here. Max Kilman stepping up well, but we are playing okay here this afternoon. 25 minutes on the clock. We've had to be more positive. Koleosho is not having his greatest game, it must be said. So he may be coming off at half-time. I have got the man whose name escapes me. Is it Cherliev on the bench? I think he's back from suspension. He's a very aggressive man, is that man, but he might be what I need. As Sanderberg goes into Benson again. Now Connor Roberts down the right-hand side. He's got Benson with him. He's choosing to go himself. Kiefer Moore's in the middle once again. Gets the header on it. Oh, Kiefer Moore, just get it on target, lad. He's causing problems, though. We've got to stay positive. I know you're staying positive. I'm trying to. 39 minutes on the clock. We have had chances. We've had the better chances. We've had one lapse in concentration at the back. But we do look like we are playing well. And I think there is going to be substitutions at half-time. We played nearly 5 minutes of added time there. I think we've got to say we're unlucky. That were my assessment of that first half. Koleosho is going to be coming off for Darko Cherlinov. That's the substitution we're going to make now. Manuel Benson's unaffected by the knock, so he can stay on. That's the only substitution we're going to make for this moment. As we go back to the dressing room, I would just like to see if I can calm this kid down a bit. Because if he's nervous, go and have some fun. That went down well. So he's just nervous. He's fine. It's good to be nervous. Josh Brownhill has a corner, whipped in. Can we get a head on it? We can't. It's headed away well by João Gomez, and Benson's just about going to get there. And he will retain possession. Goes down the right-hand side now. Manuel Benson. Wolves not closing him down. He's on his right foot. Kiefer Moore's at the back stick again. And it hits the side netting. The net's big enough, Kiefer, is my assessment. We have been the better side so far. We're still on cautious. We're going to knock this up to positive now as we go back into Connor Roberts, into Charlinov. He can't quite win the header, but Charlie Taylor will pick it up down the left-hand side. Cuts inside. Can he get a cross in? He can't. I think Semedo actually blocked that. It goes out for a corner. And now we've got Brownhill with another chance to put the ball into the box. We just need a goal. It's crossed to the back stick, and there's Kiefer Moore. Max Kilman does well, and Cherlinov isn't going to catch that. It's going to go for a goal kick, but we are making all the running here in this second half. Surely, as we get at the bottom, Burnley are playing some beautiful stuff. Surely we're going to get a goal. Pedro Neto crosses it in. Oh, you haven't given away a penalty, have you? We've given away a penalty, haven't we? Oh, no. How on earth are we going to lose this football match? Despair at Turf Moor. Now it's time to go attacking. Everybody's been knocked by that. We have had chances. We've had plenty of chances. We don't need to watch it again. We've had plenty of chances, and that might just be Wolves. That might have knocked the stuffing out of us a little bit, that. As Max Kilman now has it at the back. It's into João Gomez. Now Sotberger. Done. Wolves starting to come onto it now. That might have been the goal that just broke the hearts of this Burnley side. But James Trafford has it. Plays a really bad ball to Roberts, it must be said. And Roberts pings it with the outside of his foot, which was very nice, into Charlie Taylor. Right, we come again. Cherlinov. Into the midfield. Give it to Sander Berg, which he does. He takes a nice touch, does Sander. He's got Manuel Benson on the other side. Now Amdoune, and that is a strike from Amdoune. It's 2-1, and we are back in it. That is the perfect response from this Burnley side. Sander Berg driving towards that Wolves defence, playing it off towards Manuel Benson. He picked a clever little pass into Amdoune, and he hit it with some. If that were my goalkeeper, I wouldn't be impressed. But now is the chance, boys. We've got a free kick. It's headed away by Kilman. Kiefer Moore brings it down to Cherlinov. Back into Kiefer Moore. Oh, dear, Kiefer Moore. It's not quite working for him. I haven't really got the options on the bench, and he's causing problems. He's got to take one of these opportunities sooner rather than later. We should win that easily, and we do. Oh, that looked a bit... Wow. Strong, shall we say, from Kaladzic, but did very, very well. Neto crosses in. Oh, my goodness gracious me. And is that just saying that I picked the wrong man? Because I picked Kiefer Moore. Kaladzic I couldn't quite get in. I tried. And he's about 6'9", isn't he? And he's got on the end of that. I mean, he's totally out-jumped Igor. And how many times during this game have we had the chance to do that? But we will have a throw-in. Do not give up hope. Yeah, Amdoune takes a touch, goes into Josh Brownhill. Now Kiefer Moore. That's got to be a foul, surely. We're not getting anything, are we? Charlie Taylor, left-hand side, goes back into Igor. I can't believe this. Sander Berg. There's still 20 minutes to go. There's a long way to go here. We've lost possession again. And there's a few tackles flying in, but Pedro Neto down the left-hand side. Is it just quality? Is it just simply quality? I mean, this Trafford in goal looks a shambles. Bayern misses that. That Kaladzic has caused some right grief. Neto gets it, runs towards the edge box, strikes it. It's in off the post. Oh, dear. They've scored 4 goals from a 1.6 XG. We've scored 1 from a 2.4. Sander Berg's going to get this on the counter-attack. Could we break? Could we break? We've got Manuel Benson. That's a bad ball, that Sander. Manuel Benson, though, down the right-hand side. Looks to cross it into Cherlinov. Plays it into Brownhill. It's 4-2. Oh, what are we checking now? Referee. He didn't stray offside, no. He didn't, no. Rubbish. Right. 20 minutes, or 10 minutes to get 2 goals. Oh, we're going to do it. They've got a throw-in in our half. It's going to go into Kaladzic. Now Gomez. Amdoune does particularly well and sprays it out left to Semedo, who's now going to come forward. Cherlinov does very well again. And we will look to build. Igor knocks it long to nobody in particular. And that's disappointing because now Wolves are going to attack again. João Gomez comes forward now. In to Otto. I think we've been so... You can say unlucky, can't you? I think we've deserved at least a point from this, which would have made all the difference. We're still going to be winning 3 points to Sheffield United. I think we go away to Aston Villa next as Kaladzic plays it to Nteka, who makes it 5. We've seen this formation at times make us a real attacking threat, but possibly by not playing Jack Cork in that midfield, we felt we could score goals here today. And by not playing Jack Cork in that midfield, James Trafford's on a 5-point-bloody-7. That may have lost us the opportunity and the foothold in the game that we needed, but the stats do not show that. The stats show that we've had the expected goals, but everything there, if it's gone in. Kiefer Moore finally does get his goal. It's 5-3. And surely it's too late for Burnley, I would agree. It's a cracking header, that, from Kiefer Moore. If he'd have done that a little bit, I mean, that's beautiful header. If he'd have done that a little bit before, we'd put, look at that. We've been so good attacking. We've just been poor defensively. And it's so frustrating as Otto now comes forward for Wolves. I think that'll do it, referee, won't it? 5-3. Otto crosses in. There is Neto. Cherlinov's done very well since he's come on. As it's crossed into He-Chan, he gets 6. And that, defensively, has been a shambles. After 2 clean sheets playing Tottenham and Chelsea, to concede 6 to Wolves, I would suggest is a little bit poor. And I am going to have to... I don't really know what to say to him there. I think we should have won that match. And your lot at back, that were rubbish. I know they seem down and pressurised. My God, down and pressurised. We're in a pressure situation here. This is not a time to start getting down and upset and all that rubbish. We've got a big task on our hands now. We have got Aston Villa away, Brighton at home, and Manchester United away. So I think I'm going to play the Aston Villa game now. And we will come back possibly for the Brighton and Manchester United one. What's the situation? Yeah, definitely. So we're going to play that next one now. Sheffield United 2 points in front. That's the situation as it stands. We'll be back very soon. Right then, guys, we're back for the Brighton game because, as you can see on the right-hand side, we could be relegated today. We are 3 points behind Bournemouth. We did play Aston Villa. We lost 2-1. It was Benson who scored the goal. Long leg got it as an own goal, but it was great work from him. Ollie Watkins put us to the sword in the second half. And if we have a look at the Premier League table, we are 3 points behind Bournemouth. There are 2 games to play. If Bournemouth win today with their superior goal difference, we're down anyway. But we have got to beat Brighton at home, and Bournemouth are playing Luton away. And this is the team that I have selected. Muric played a game and got injured again. So Trafford's back in goal. It's Roberts, Bayer, O'Shea and Taylor. Berg and Brownhill are the 2 midfielders. Bryn Lawson is coming in on the right-hand side because of Benson's injury. I'm doing it, Koleosho and Kiefer Moore up top. This is it. We could be relegated today, and could I have any arguments? I think from where we took over at Christmas, probably not. Let's have a look. What can we say to them? It's time to put an end to this poor up. Right, so that's made everybody lose focus. Banging. So it all comes down to this. Let's hope that we can get something from this game because, I mean, if Bournemouth win, they're up. It's as simple as that. We've got to keep an eye on this right-hand side. This here is just as important as our game, and we need to put an early goal in. It could help. Charlie Taylor crosses it in. Kiefer Moore's on the back stick. And do you know when you think Kiefer Moore has got the attributes to be such a target man? He's not scored the goals required. And I think that is possibly going to be Burnley's downfall in real life. They haven't got the strikers to do it. But we are very much on top early doors in this game. Roberts goes into Jordan Bayer. Now, he takes a touch, goes into Roberts again. Now, Sanderberg, who's been excellent throughout this. Josh Brownhill coming forward, strikes it. It looked like it were blocked, but it wasn't. It is going to be a goal kick for Brighton, but we are putting early pressure on this Brighton and Hove Albion team. As Brighton now come forward through Wan-Bissaka. Took a heavy touch, but nobody really got it from him. Now Wan-Bissaka again. Back into Van Hecke. Now Ansu Fati. And this is Brighton's first real opportunity to come forward. Trafford comes and makes a right ash of that. Oh my God. What are we watching here? This goalkeeper, I'm sorry, Burnley fans, but goalkeeping-wise, honestly, this guy, what is that? In a game of such importance, to do that is absolutely criminal. And it's cost us massively. That could send us down. And we're still keeping an eye on this on the right-hand side. Muric seems to be built from glass. As Bournemouth go 1-0 up, that could be it. Brighton now. Again, into Pascal Gross. Goes into Van Hecke. Now back into Gross again. Dunk. Brighton playing some lovely football. Have we missed our chance early doors here? Goes into Matoma. A Stupignon. It was Philip Billing that got the goal for Bournemouth. Gilmore plays it over the top for Adam Lallana. O'Shea gets a touch on it. But Lallana wins it back into Wan-Bissaka. Now Fati again down the right. And he's causing some grief, this lad. Into Adam Lallana. Brighton 2. Burnley 0. Burnley going down, possibly. We've got a big half-time team talk here to try and change this around. Sanderberg's been booked, as has Charlie Taylor. They cut us open at will. And this front three are looking very, very good indeed. At this moment, it wouldn't matter what we did because Bournemouth are winning anyway. That's not been good enough. We're losing focus. Really? We're really losing focus. Whoa, I mean, where do we start? I could take them all off. I think Koleosho's been poor. I'm going to give him 10 minutes. I'm going to give him 10 minutes. And if there's no improvement, it's going to be wholesale changes. As Taylor has it on the left-hand side, goes into Amdouni, plays it back in. to O'Shea. Now Sanderberg and Jordan Bayer. We need an early goal here as Roberts takes it forward into the Brighton half. He's got Bryn Larson in front of him, but Roberts is here again. It gets a crossing well and Dunk clears away. Sander will win it. He's back into Koleosho. That is some finish from Koleosho. A man who I've struggled to manage, it must be said. But you will do that with the sort of Sunday League experience badges that you get on this. But that is a good finish. Roberts fired it in. Dunk didn't clear it well. Berg won it back. And then that is a great goal. We are back in it, and we need a goal at Luton. But there is a highlight straight away for Brighton. Wan-Bissaka, don't concede straight away, boys. We know better than this. Ansu Fati down the right-hand side. He's turning Charlie Taylor absolutely inside out. And that is a huge miss from Adam Lallana, it must be said. They've got a 2 expected goals. We are on a 0.63, but with a little bit of encouragement, you never know. As we get tick up towards 70 minutes, I think that's when we've got to really, really start throwing the kitchen sink at this. But Roberts has a throw, and it's into Amdouni, back into Sanderberg. That is a bad ball, Sander, that. Pascal Gross, but Koleosho wins it back. It falls to Adam Lallana. We are not getting there. Charlie Taylor's up against Ansu Fati. He's going to be seeing this man in his dreams tonight because he's passed him again, and Ansu Fati fires over. But now I'm looking around. I'm looking at my bench. I'm looking at the score on the right-hand side for Bournemouth. It's still 1-0. And on 70 minutes, I think we've got to make a substitutions, and the substitutions will come now. And we are going to go for this. Kiefer Moore's going to have to come off because he's been so poor at this moment in time. We're going to bring on Obafemi as well. He can play as advanced forward. Amdouni. Obafemi can be a pressing forward. Looking at the back four, I think Charlie Taylor's having a mare. So we're going to go to a 3 at the back system. Yep, it's going to get technical, this. Sanderberg's okay where he is. Taylor can't play there. So that's going to have to be, I think, maybe Aaron Ramsey comes on. Not the keeper. That would be very ambitious. He's going to come on as an advanced playmaker on support. That particularly works for me down the sides. We're going to go direct. We are going to distribute to the wings. And I don't think there's much more apart from that. We're going to try and go wider. We've got to just go for this. There is no reason now. With 15 minutes to go, we've got to try and get a goal. And we've got to do something because Bournemouth, we're going to be down anyway. If we get a goal, it might just put the jitters into Bournemouth. Equally, if Brighton get a goal, we are down. So this is it. It's risk versus reward as it's crossed into the box. And we're down. We are totally and utterly down. We had to go for a 3 at the back. It's not quite worked. I did actually mean to take them onto wide centre-backs, but it doesn't really matter now. As Brighton will clear this long downfield. Hopefully we can pick this up here through Roberts, which we do. Josh Brownhill will now pick it up. It's into Bryn Larson. There's a pass down the side. He chooses to use it. And there is Aaron Ramsey. And Josh Amdouni will get the goal. We're looking for an offside. I'm hoping. I think that's the goal. It didn't look offside at first viewing. Let's have a little look. It's great, this VAR, isn't it? Goal awarded. Lovely stuff. Right. It were a lovely ball, that. Were it Bryn Larson, that ball, into Aaron Ramsey? Fantastic little dink. Love it. Crossed into the box, and there was Amdouni. It is 3-2 to Brighton, and we do have a free kick. We are throwing the kitchen sink at this here. Josh Brownhill will have a chance on his right foot. Oh, it's hit the bar. Oh, my word. 5 minutes left. I'm looking at the right-hand side. I need a Luton goal. Luton Town, please get a goal. And I need 2 goals here, or at least 1. And we are not going to get it. Burnley are relegated from the Premier League. I'm disappointed. Oh, everybody's lost focus. Well, I'll tell you what, boys. Tell us, Lewis, what happened out there? I can't even talk about it, if I'm honest, whoever's interviewing me. So we get one swan song, and that is going to be at... oh, Luton scored 2 late goals. That is massive, but on goal difference, we're not going to get a swing. So we are down, but Luton got 2 late goals. Wow. We're not mathematically down, but we are practically down. So I'm now going to play this last game off camera because there's no point. It's not going to be an 8-goal swing, surely. Or in fact, no, we will play it on camera. We may as well finish off the episode, then we can do the full roundup. So we'll be back when we go to Old Trafford. And the team for the final game is Trafford in goal. We've got Roberts, Bayer, Igor and Taylor, Korkberg, Brownhill, Bryn Larson, Koleosho. Amdoune is starting up front for us today. It's a pretty much a nothing this. We aren't going to overturn a 9-goal swing. We will definitely go hard in tackling Bruno Fernandes, though. I mean, that is absolutely an option. Let's have a look at the Man United team. Oh, no, Varane. Diego Simeone's the manager. Varane, Lindelof, Martinez, Casemiro. 3 at the back for Manchester United. I would very much doubt that we're going to get anything today, but you just never know. Straight away, Bruno Fernandes has a free kick. In 5 minutes in, it's headed away well by us, but Rashford picks it up on the edge of the box. It's oh my God, goalkeeper! The other people that are completing this challenge, and I've not seen all the people that are yet, and I'm sure some have stocked up, but God, I will be interested to see how many have played James Trafford a lot, because that... I mean, if my goalkeeper at Scunthorpe did that, I'd be pretty disappointed. Man United are winning 1-0 after 5 minutes. This could be a long afternoon. And it's another highlight for Manchester United. Rashford into Mason Mount. Takes a touch, plays it back to Casemiro. I can't blame him for that. That were a good finish. It's pretty much as we expected, is it not? Manchester United doing the business here. And we could finish bottom. And I mean that, after the little run that we had... I feel that's a little bit unjust, but Trafford not going to get anywhere near that. Casemiro, great goal from him. Ross Barkley's equalised for Luton. Let's have a little look around the grounds once Bruno Fernandes whips this in again. My word, we're defending so well. It's back, Sander Berg does well there. Plays it to the left and Varane will pick it up. We cannot get out of our own box at this moment, and this is what Manchester United, in their pomp, could do to you. Maybe Diego Simeone is bringing this back to Manchester United, but at this moment in time we look bereft of confidence. We're a team that's already relegated and we are getting hammered at Old Trafford. That was a goal. I'm not convinced that's offside at all. So 3-0 down. We've been cautious. We've tried as best to not lose face here, but after 30 minutes, it's looking desperate. And it's another highlight for Manchester United. Varane will bring it forward into Hysaj. He's going to go down the right-hand side. We're trying to tackle him, but we can't get near the man. Varane's going to now pick it up. This is really working for Manchester United, this, by the way. I do like the formation. I must say, the 3 at the back, it is a formation I really enjoy to see played. Mason Mount down the right for Hysaj. Back into Mount. They are tapping it round us. That is not a penalty. Is it? Is that a penalty? Surely that's not a penalty. Is it a penalty? Who knows? Michael Salisbury's asking VAR for clarification. Hey, no penalty. Maybe I do still know something about refereeing a little bit, but we do have a highlight, or at least we're starting with one, as Roberts goes into Jordan Bayer, down to Bryn Larson. This is the first time we've been on the ball. Look at the pressure here from Luke Shaw. Roberts, it's a nice dink over the top. Sander Berg, he's in. Sander Berg scores. I would suggest that we're offside. And it's at Old Trafford, so more than likely it's going to be. But let's have a little look here then. Check in, and it's going to be disallowed. Sums it up. Another highlight. Manchester United play it forward. We should pick that up between us. We do. James Trafford has caught something fantastic for the man who I will assume won't be signing for me on Football Manager this year on these performances. It's knocked long to the left-hand side. Koleosho can't quite get there, but Taylor can. And that's a good ball over the top for Amdoune. Onana, eccentric as ever, clearing that back downfield. And we lose the header. Charlie Taylor, you should be ashamed of losing that header, my friend, to Marcus Rashford. It's a decent stop by Trafford. I've got to give him his dues when he does well. But I'm not all negative. As Shaw whips it in, it's headed away. Rashford gets his head on it, and we do manage to survive. We have failed to register a single shot on target. By the way, that's Sander Berg offside. I mean, to say we're miles off would be an understatement. We've not taken enough shots. I mean, I've got a funny feeling that I am going to be not a very welcome character in this dressing room after this game. I'm not throwing the team under the bus. I thought we came close to getting out of this. There were a spell just around sort of February where I thought we're really going to get out of this situation. But Bruno Fernandes has another free kick here. Which he whips in. Rashford's underneath it. We do manage to get the first contact on it, but Varane will play it to Bruno Fernandes. My God, how much space do we want to give him? Oh, my word. I don't know what else to say. It's shambles. I mean, who's this here? Amdouna. Just let him run. That's fine. We'll let him run. Frustration is setting in. Oh, I couldn't. Do you know what? So end at sea. Do you know when you've got a manager and you know he's getting sacked, and you can just see it in him. You can see it on touchline in his face. Nottingham Forest have conceded though, which is good because that means we're not going to finish bottom. I bet I am cutting that figure in the dugout at Old Trafford here. I mean, we're on 79 minutes. I probably should be making substitutions, which we're going to do in a minute. But, I mean, I'm sure they're begging to get on here, these lads. As Luke Shaw comes down our left-hand side into Bruno Fernandes. I thought we were meant to be kicking him, boys. We said going hard on tackling. We're not really doing that. We can't get close enough to him to kick him. That'd make me feel better if we kicked him a bit. Varane now. Oh, well, yeah. Well, I can't say I didn't ask for it, can I? I have never seen so many orange and red things on a screen as what I am doing here. Right, that calls for a quintuple substitution. So we are going to bring on, because I am a courage of my convictions, I'm going to bring on Kiefer Moore. We're going to have to swap this round a bit, aren't we? Let's just go to a 4-4-1, shall we? Cherlinov can play on the left, I'm assuming. He can. We'll go... Who else can come on? Josh Cullen can come on. Sanderberg, I probably don't want to still be out there, but unfortunately he's going to have to just stick it out. Let's have a look at the back. I think we bring on... It doesn't really matter at this point, does it? We'll bring on Igor. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4. And for my final trick, I am going to... No, do you know what? Sanderberg's been my best player. I don't want him getting embarrassed like this. So Nathan Redmond's going to come on that side because he's been more than useless as well this season. So that's it. We have made all those substitutions. And I get the sense now Manchester United are going to be turning this into a bit of fun for them. They've obviously had a very poor season. They've been 7th, I think, at this moment in time on here. So it's interesting to see that how poor they've been, but boy, oh boy, have we been bad today. Luke Shaw into Bruno Fernandes. I mean, if we keep giving him the chance to just whack that in, we're going to struggle somewhat. Fernandes on a 9.3. We've had a sending off. We've lost his discipline. Nottingham Forest are still losing though, so that's nice. And Bruno Fernandes is going to take this corner. We have got 4 minutes left, ladies and gentlemen, of this challenge. Let me know down in the comments, who would you have given your player of our sort of half a season? I think I'd have to give it Sanderberg. I think that'd possibly be my option. I think he's been fantastic for me. But apart from that, let me know. Let me know what you thought. Did you think you could do better? By all means, I'll try and put a link in the description for the challenge itself. But that is it. And we'll just have a quick look now at the final everything. I'm just going to get out of here and hopefully not get sacked on way home. That would be ideal. It doesn't look like we're going to do. So this will be the final Premier League table. So this is it then. Manchester City win the title on 90 points. Liverpool 2nd, Villa 3rd and Tottenham 4th. Wow. Newcastle 5th, Arsenal 7th. We are relegated on 27 points. Sheffield United survive. There is some good news in this story. Sheffield United survive. And not, like I said, Nottingham Forest the bottom. And that is it. I hope you've enjoyed that. Oh, it went from ecstasy to despair, but I've really enjoyed that. It was a good challenge. We couldn't quite make it work on this one, but please like and subscribe. We're going to do a few more of these, and I'll see you on the next one. Ta-ra.